All right. We're now ready to first we're going to do an error page, and then we will also build our store page, which is going to contain all of the products, if you will. All right, so we want to do an error page, okay? Let's now we could just come over to app.js. So we want to account for any pathing that doesn't exist currently. Right now, if I come over here and if I say localhost 3000 slash foo, it would just kind of sit there, not doing what I want it to do. Okay. What I want to do is I want to create an error page. So in the event that the user types in, something by mistake or whatever, just trying to go anywhere, then it will generate an error page for us. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by making an error component. So here are my components, error.js. Okay. There's my error.js, and I'm going to do this like I do my other components. I'm going to say not onst, but const error. This is no different. Okay. And let me go ahead and export default the error component. Cool. And now what I want to do is I want to return. I'm going to do a main element, class name, main. I could also add an ID of error main if I want to, but I'll just stick with this for right now. I'm going to add a div with a class name container. And I think what I want to do is I just want to add like a little GIF here that says, hey, this is error. So let me go find a fun GIF. A lot of companies like smaller companies, not the, big corporate big daddies and big mamas, but like smaller companies like to have fun with, error pages. Let me see. Hopefully I find something safe. Here we go, right here. Somebody's going to get this one right here. I'm going to copy. Let me see. I'm going to copy the image address. And I'm going to come back over to my code and add a img tag right here. The source is going to be, hope it's not too long, and it is, of course, but of course you are. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just put that in my public folder. I'll do that. I'll save that GIF in my public folder. Save image as. And let me go to this project. Where are you? Go there, go to the location. No. What is this? React router demo. There we go. I'm not gonna worry about making like an images folder. I'm just gonna drop that GIF in there. Let me see in my public folder. I'm gonna rename it here. I'll say clumsy JPEG. I hope this works. Let's see. I don't know if it's gonna work. Let me see. I want the GIF. That's what I want. I don't want just the image. Maybe if I copy it, let me see if I copy it over here. There we go. Let's see. Save image as clumsy underscore GIF. All right. Yeah. Save that. Okay, that's in my public folder. There we go. I don't need the you. You can go away. But the GIF, yeah, the GIF can stay. All right, so cool. So I got the GIF. I just want to save that. So come back over here to error. And the source is going to be, I believe it's just going to be clumsy GIF. I'm going to say slash clumsy underscore GIF dot GIF. I hope that's it. Put a little alt in here. Goofy guy is carrying too many things for whatever reason. Also add a class name to this. IMG-fluid. Let's see. And I'll say D-block MX-auto. I think this should work. And again, with React, because it's a self-containing tag, I must have the slash there. And so this is, just filling some stuff in here. I hope it works. So I got my error component done. Okay. Now I need to come over here to my app.js. See, a lot of this stuff, once you figure out the basics, it is wash, rinse, and repeat. I'm going to come over here and import the error component. That's the beautiful thing about React. So it's been imported, and all I got to do is come over here and add that route. Now, here's the thing with the route. When it comes to the path, what I put here is a star. And that star simply says, hey, anything that is not any one of the paths listed above. Okay, and it's important that that error component is at the very bottom, because that catches anything that any path that does not or has not been previously listed. And so I add the error component here. All right, and this should work. Maybe I'll add something else just in case my image doesn't work. Let's add here. We'll do a little, I suppose, an H2 that says this page does not exist. Goofy. All right, and now come back over here. Ah, there it is. Cool, it worked. So anytime, so I can go to home, I can go to about, but if I type in something, a path that does not exist, and I hit enter, there's my error page. What a character. All right. So there we go. There's my error page. Cool. It's working. And also want to center this. Class name, text dash center. All right. There's my error page. Cool. That's working now. So we got that. The next thing that we want to do is we want to have our store page. Okay. And this would be the store that has all of the products. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that going. What we're going to need, obviously, we're going to need a store component. You may see it called like products or all products, something like that. I'm going to go with products with an S. So let's go to Am I going to do that? No, I'm going to stick with store. That's what I'm going to do. Come over here to components, and I'm going to add the store.js. I'm also going to add a product, a card component. So I'm going to add here card.js. I'm going to do that. Yep. Where's my store? Oh, my store component is in the wrong place. Let me put that in my components folder. Cool. All right. So I added a store component and I added a card component. All right. So I'm going to start off with just the store component, and then we'll load up the products into this to the card. So let's come over here to store. And for right now, I'm going to say const store. Let me export default store. Okay. And now I'm going to return, right now, I'm just going to return a main, class name main. I'm going to put a container in there. I'll make an H2 class name. I'll say display -3 and also text capitalize. And I'll say our products. And then underneath that, I'm going to, I know I'm going to want to do a row. So I'll do I'll make this a section. I'll make a section element with a class name section, but I'll also give it a class name row. And we're going to add some more stuff to it, you know, but I'll just do this for right now, row. And then I'll just make some text right here. Just do it just to A3 because this is going to be erased. And I'll just say, you know, products right here. This is going to get changed. So yeah, we got our store component just returning this main element with its children on the inside. Okay. And this is going to get imported into app, as you might have guessed. So let's import store. We've imported store, and I'm going to add the store component. It needs to go above the error page. Route, the path is going to be, I'll say /store, and the element is going to be the store component. And we can also, right here with store, guess what we can do? We can pass in the products as a prop. Right there in the store component. So that way the store will have access to it. And let me make sure that I'm closing that route. So we imported store. We add that to our route tree. and we're passing in products. We haven't forgot about that. Passing in products as a prop. Now what I can do is I'm going to go to my header component, and I'm going to add a link to the store right here. So li, the class name, nav item, with a link to, and I will link this to, again, /store, because the link to has to match to the path that our route specifies. And this will be store. And then one last thing we're going to do in this video is I'm going to come back over here to store. And before I forget, I'm going to pass in my props. And I'll just do a console.log of my props just to make sure that everything is working well. So this is going to get console when I render my store component. So come over here, let's go back to home, about, that works, and then store, there's our products, and if I open up the console, there's my object, there go my props right there. So far so good. We haven't made a huge disaster. Okay, so the thing is, again, with the error, you can create an error component if you want to, which is what we did earlier. Made a whole error component. Okay, we just want to say, hey, this page doesn't exist. And then inside, well, the path that we have for the error component is a star. And that star just signifies anything, any path that has been typed in that is not sitting above the route for the error component. So anything other than /, /about, /store is going to render the error page right now. And obviously, if we want to, create more pages, more components, we could do that. But this is a catch-all right here. That's what that star represents, a catch-all for anything that is not listed above. Okay. And so we do that, and we got our store component, and we've passed in the props for our store component. And from that, we're going to build out cards that will be displayed, and it will display each individual product. So that's what we have so far. We're going to stop here, and on the next video, we're going to work on the card component to get the products list displayed on the browser inside of our store. And then I think the final thing that we'll do is we will have those products clickable, and it will navigate to a single component, which will display just one product as opposed to all of them. So that's what we'll be doing next.